going down? It's Friday, game day. How we doing today, y'all? I hope we ready. Number 12 will be suiting up and coming out the gate tonight. But we'll get to that later. Because we had football last night. Alright, well, before we start, we know how this thing goes. When you pull up, give me a like, share, subscribe for the algorithm. Put a thumbs up in the chat if you just at home kicking it. Put a 1 in the chat if you at work. That's how we started every single show. Monday through Friday, 12:10 p.m. Unless some unforeseen, activities slow us down, because we are in the truck, and y'all know the day don't start. The day does not start until we get the Dunkin' Donuts cold brew black with 3 pumps of caramel. Some days a turbo shot. You know what I'm saying? Don't nothing start the day like Dunkin' Donuts. Or Dunkin'. I believe they changed the name to Dunkin'. But let's go. Let's get into last night. 3 games on last night. I wasn't able to watch all 3 games. I wasn't able to watch a game in its entirety. Battling through injuries. He's now back. Former first round draft pick of the Jets. Now he went over to Seattle. Now he's with the Raiders, and he looked good last night. He didn't play much, obviously. 29 years old. I don't know why I thought he was older than that. Maybe because he was playing with Earl Thomases and those guys. He was the younger one, the youngest one, obviously. But he was on that team, on that Seattle team. But he looked good last night. The Raiders, not so much. They will work out the kinks. One thing I didn't realize until last night, people do not like Ashton Genty. I don't know why. There was a lot of shots taken at him last night. 3 rushes, -1 yard, and I'll say maybe people don't respect the team and the conference and the level of competition that he played against. I'll say that because there was a lot of see what happened. See what happens when you step it up. So there was a lot of that. I appreciate the likes, y'all. Let's match them up. Let's match up the likes with the viewers. I love it. Great to see y'all. Don't forget to put the thumbs up in the chat and let me know where you're watching from. And put your team in the chat also, because the season's here. I see it. I love it. It was a lot of people. And it started out last week. Obviously, he's a Raider in Las Vegas, no state tax, all that. His contract was fully guaranteed. So he was seen home shopping or browsing or whatever at a $12 million mansion. So I saw people taking it a little too serious. Like, man, why would you be shopping for a $12 million home if you're just a rookie? First of all, it's his money. He can do what he wants with it, right? Second of all, his contract's fully guaranteed. It's sunny out here, y'all. Hang on one second. Second of all, his contract's fully guaranteed. So if he got $30 million in Las Vegas with no tax, he got $30 million. So if he want to spend 12, 13, 14, whatever on a mansion, listen, man, that's on him. We don't know the size of his family. We don't know or any of that, man. What's going on? Salute to the chat. I see y'all out there. We trying to make this the best chat on YouTube. But so getting back to the game and the internet. So he didn't run the ball well, obviously. He didn't run the ball well. But I saw a lot of negative tweets. I saw a lot of negative tweets from not people, but entities like fantasy football places and you know some of these type of business type accounts, and it seems like people not happy with him, or seems like people don't respect the work he put in. I'll say that was what I got from him. People don't respect the work he put in, and you know I don't see a problem with it. It's a preseason. Probably wasn't out there with the intact offensive line. The Raiders ran the ball fairly well last year, so I'm pretty sure he's a step up from the running back they had. Although they do have Raheem Mostert, who understands the NFL game a little better, so he's probably going to look a little better. But in the grand scheme of things, overall, I think they got their running back for the next 6-7 years, barring injury. They got Geno Smith. He didn't play last night. Over on Seattle's side, Seattle is looking like they're trying to turn that thing into, I won't say contender, but they look like they're trying to turn that thing into a viable opponent, like not an easy out when you see them. You know, they got DeMarcus Lawrence, Sam Darnold, and Drew Lock. I forget the receiver's name they had last night, but they got a nice young receiver. So they're looking like, you know, one thing about Seattle that I did notice last night, all the guys look like they got along. All the guys look pretty tight. Drew Lock, DeMarcus Lawrence, and Sam Darnold. They all look pretty good. I talked about that game last night because I actually came on live last night. About Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati Bengals offense. Now we know, I believe the previous 3 seasons, they hadn't played any of their starters or anything like that at all. They didn't even dress them for the preseason. And we see how they started out. Started out really slow out the gate, bad record, and their defense is not good anyway, so it's a hard thing to catch up when you start the season out slow with a bad defense. That being said, last night they started out with their ones on offense. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase picked up right where they left off. Triple Crown winner Jamar Chase, newly paid Jamar Chase, picked up right where he left off. One hand catch, took it in for the touchdown. I mean, Jamar Chase. He's Jamar Chase. He's probably the best receiver in the game. And he's working with his college quarterback, who is top 5 in the game. So, and they're both young. So that's going to be a connection for a long time because Jamar Chase just got signed. He just signed. Top paid receiver in the league, in the NFL history. So Cincinnati secured them. Cincinnati's defense is another thing. It's back to where it was last year. They didn't look good at all last night, to be honest. They gave up 10 points to the 2s and 3s. So I don't know how that's gonna look. I really don't, man. I don't know how that's gonna look. Because football's all about timing, catching up to the speed of the game, and you don't want to have, you play against your own team in practice every day, but that ain't the same as going up against somebody trying to take your head off. You know what I'm saying? And that's what football is. Somebody's trying to take your head off, and your own team is not trying to take your head off. They're trying to give you some good work, but when you go into those team-on-team 7-on-7s and then into the games, the inter-squad game, listen, it's different and it's real. And then when you put the camera on and fill up a stadium, shit get really real. And Cincinnati took that serious. They took that approach, and their offense really looked crisp and clean. Couple misses, but that's to be expected. And Jamar Chase again, just phenomenal. So tonight is what everybody been waiting on. Since the beginning of the week, when it was announced that Shedeur Sanders will be starting game 1 of the preseason, tonight is what everybody been waiting on. He hadn't practiced with the 1s and 2s all training camp. And I believe Wednesday he practiced with the 1s for the first time. And whatever work they did yesterday. And then tonight, he's taking the field. I believe personally, football instincts will kick in. He will, at the beginning of the game, first couple drives, start out slow, or first couple snaps. Only because he's been playing against 3s and 4s, and now he's playing against another team's 1s. Although he has the 1s with him, But if I'm Cleveland, honestly, I'm coming out first play with a pass. First play, I'm coming out with a pass if I'm Cleveland. He's what other way to get acclimated than to probably get popped in the face? Because I don't know how good their D-line is. I mean, their offensive line is. And I don't know how good the running game is. So we coming out, guns blazing, just to try to get him as ready as possible. For their team or another team. Because he's definitely auditioning for another team right now. Two things he can't do: he can't hold the ball, and he can't hesitate on his reads. And I think he'll be fine. But they talking about Dylan Gabriel and Kenny Pickett is resting their hamstrings. If I'm Shedeur Sanders, they'll be resting for the rest of the season. Because I'm going to come out there and I'm going to go crazy as I can go. What up, y'all? I see y'all in the chat. Hey, give me, hit the like, share, subscribe for the algorithm. Hit the like, baby, hit the like. And jump in the conversation. But yeah, I think he'll be fine. I think Shedeur will be fine. Was there anything else I want to talk about from last night? Oh, man. Oh, God. Anthony Richardson. He's not going to make it, y'all. I'm sorry for the Colts fans, University of Florida fans. Anthony Richardson's not going to make it, guys. He left the game with a dislocated pinky, and luckily for him, that was all it was. Oh, by the way, Steelers Nation, we down Will Howard for the entirety of the preseason. He got a broken bone in his strong hand. They saying it won't require surgery. We just let him rest and then probably pad it up when it's time to play. If it's time for him to play. I would have liked to see him play in the preseason because I think he is going to be the successor, and I really think he's going to be around for a long time. But back to Anthony Richardson, y'all. Anthony Richardson is not picking up the defenses. He's not seeing the blitzes. He got hurt last night. All he had to do was take 2 steps forward, and he probably could have turned that into a 15, 16-yard game. It was a hard read. The running back release, the tight end release. It was a hard read. Get rid of the goddamn ball. Don't take that hit, bro. He didn't even look to the free side, to the hot side. You got no protection right in front of you, and you don't look. How's anybody supposed to defend you on that? There's plays when you have to protect yourself. And that was one, and he didn't do it, and look what happened. Down and out. He's not going to, and he's not an accurate passer. I just don't see it happen. You know? I don't see it happen. But yeah, man, that's the take on the night on Shedeur Sanders. Thursday night football. Those are my takeaways. Jump in the chat. Let me know what's up. Don't forget, when you pull up, like, share, subscribe for the algorithm. Put a thumbs up in the chat. Join the conversation. Throw your team in the chat. And as usual, we are sponsored by 95 North ENT LLC. I am the Real Mojo. This is the Real Mojo TV. You just got Thursday night football coverage and a Friday night preview of Shedeur Sanders. We will be streaming during the Shedeur Sanders game. Never mind Cleveland Browns. We will be streaming during the Shedeur Sanders game. You're going to get to see my face reacting to whether he's looking good or he's looking bad. And y'all already know I'm going to be objective because Cleveland ain't my team. Cleveland's in the division of my team, which is the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, with that being said, we're going to get up out of here. Although it's a little traffic, we might get out of here and come right back on some other stuff, non-football stuff. You hear me? Matter of fact, that's what we're probably going to do because we're about to sit in traffic for a little while. So, the NFL coverage is a wrap for that. Appreciate everybody who pulled up, everybody who liked, shared, subscribed, everybody who tripped the algorithm for me, and I'll see y'all later on tonight. Peace.